Hi friends, welcome to the part 2 of ISFILTERED versus ISCROSSFILTERED function. So we have studied already the theoretical concept behind when ISFILTERED works and when ISCROSSFILTERED function works. So let's dive a little bit deeper into the practical implementation. Okay. So first of all, if I try to create ISFILTERED function, let me see what is the syntax actually. What is the syntax of ISFILTERED function? So if I use ISFILTERED function, type inside this window in the measure, you can see that I type ISFILTERED, the bracket here, immediately intelligence of Power BI works. Okay. It tells you that it takes an argument table name or column name. Okay. It takes an argument either a top table name or a column name and returns true when there are direct filters on the specified column. So whatever column we are going to pass it, if there is a direct filter applied on that, it is going to return true. Otherwise, it is going to return false. Similarly, if we see is cross filtered, okay, is cross filter. So what is cross filtered? It again takes either a table name or a column name. Okay, is a table name or column name, but this is able to capture. It is able to capture your direct, indirect, as well as cross filter on a particular column or a table. Okay, it is able to capture all three kind of filters. If that either of these filters is detected or captured, it will return true or it will return false. Now let's go to the practical implementation. So here you can see my relationship view of my data model. So I have four dimension table, products tables, customer table, date table in the regions table, and the one fact table, sales table. Okay. So filter will be flowing normally from dimension table to sales table. Okay. So understand all three kind of filters, that is direct, indirect, as well as cross filter. Let me go to the data view here and let's see my sales table. Okay. In my sales table, for example, I will be taking channel, which is wholesale, different values my channel is having. If you want to see, there's distributor, export, and wholesale. So I will be filtering this. I will be using three use cases. One, I will be filtering this channel directly. Second, I will be filtering this channel but using another column of the same table, that is warehouse code. Okay, so I will be doing actually, I will be filtering second time in the warehouse code, and once the warehouse code will be filtered, as the channel is a part of the same table, my channel column will also be filtered, which will be nothing but my indirect filter. Okay, so two cases we have understood. Means once we will filter this channel directly. Second, you will filter this warehouse code, and due to the filtering of the warehouse code, my channel will be filtered. That will be indirect filter. And in the third case, what we will be doing, we will be filtering this sales table. Okay, we will be filtering this sales table with the help of one of the dimension table. Okay, that will be a cross filter. So let's go there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to my report view, and what I have taken a slicer here and drop my channel column here. I've dropped my channel column here. Again, I have taken a slicer. I have dropped a warehouse column here, and these two columns are coming from the same table. Okay, these two columns are coming from the same table, and this is city column, and this city column has come from my regions table, which is a dimension table. So one by one, this will be used, then this will be used, and then this will be used. We'll be using all of these three. So let us do one thing. In first case, I will filter this channel directly. How will I filter this channel directly? I will select one values or the two values of these. That depends on me. Means we will be selecting few values. We will be selecting only few values of the all of the available values inside the channel. Okay. So for example, I select distributed. So that is one thing sure. When I'm choosing any particular value from a column, that channel is filtered directly. Okay. So how can we capture that? There are two ways to capture that. One, using is filtered function. One, using is cross filtered function, because is cross filter captures all kind of filtering, your direct, your indirect, as well as your cross filter. So let me write both measures. Okay, let me write both measures. So I'm creating new measures here, and first measure, let me name it is filter. Okay, is filtered, and I want to check direct filtering on my channel column of sales table. So I will type here channel. So you can see here sales channel. I'm clicking here. Done. So my first measure has been created, which will be checking that my sales channel is directly filtered or not. So first measure has been created. Let me create my second measure, that is cross filter. Okay, so I'm using is cross, that is cross filter, and passing same column again, channel. Okay, and we know that is cross filtered is able to capture any kind of filters, direct, indirect, and cross. Okay, so two measures have been created. Okay, so what I am doing now, in my first of the, I've taken two cards here. This is one card, this is a second card. In one card, I'm going to drop my is filtered measure. Okay, I'm trying to drop my is filter measure. In a second, I'm going to drop my is cross filter measure. And right now, I am just using one slicer and filtering my channel directly. Filtering my channel directly, and the measures that I've created, if you see them once again, whether it is fill, it is checking filtering on sales channel. Is cross filter is checking filtering on sales channel, means we can see from the slicer itself we are applying direct filtering, and both is filtered and is cross filtered are able to capture them directly. Okay, that is clear, means both is filtered and is cross filtered are able to capture direct filter directly. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to filter my other column of the same table, other column of the same sales table, that is warehouse code. And we know as these are the part of the same table, once I will filter my warehouse code, my channel column is also going to be filtered for sure. My data set is like this only. Okay, they are going to be filtered for sure. So let me filter my channel of the sales table, but by indirect filtering, that is warehouse code. So once I select this warehouse code, once I select this warehouse code, then this warehouse code will be directly filtered, but it will be indirectly filtering all the columns of the sales table. Okay, rest of the columns of the sales table. So now we can see that this is filtered function is not able to capture my indirect filtering on sales channel, but is cross filter is able to capture that indirect filtering as well. Okay, so my is filter is not able to capture my indirect filtering, but my is cross filter is able to capture my indirect filtering as well. Okay, now third case, now I am putting filter on one of my dimension table. Okay, that is a related table to the sales table. So as we know that this city column is inside the regions table, which is a dimension table, and my filter will flow from a regions table to sales table, so it will be filtering them. And this kind of filtering is known as cross filtering. Okay, when a table or a column is being filtered by the another related table, it is known as cross filtered. So right now I'm trying to cross filter, means selecting one of the city in the regions table, which will be cross filtering my sales table. So I'm again selecting it. So there is a direct filter in the city column, but again cross filter on the columns of sales table. So we can see that is filtered is not able to capture that cross filtering, but again my is cross filtered is able to capture that as well. So we can see easily it is able to capture, means is cross filtering is easily captured by is cross filtered. So we saw that is cross filter is able to capture all three kinds of filtering, but is filter is able to capture only and only direct filtering. Okay, now comes to practical uses. I have taken slices so that you can understand it very well. Now let us go to a use case of these. Suppose I have a table. I have a table visual in which I have dropped a suburb from the regions table. From the regions table, if you go to our regions table here, you can see that there is a column known as suburbs. Okay, so what we have done in a table visual, we have dragged our suburb column. Okay, and we have dropped our total sales measure also. We want to see the total sales measure. It is nothing but a sales of the total revenue column. Sum that, and that is the nothing but your measure. So what is happening here? If you see it properly, here we are getting sales per suburb. Okay, when we are in this context, that is LG's Bay, I'm getting sales 2167 something something. When I'm moving to the next context, that is Ottawa, Sales is different. So actually what is happening, we are getting values here corresponding to each individual suburb. We are getting values here corresponding to each individual suburb. That means we can say that here my suburb column is getting filtered, right? My suburb column is getting filtered. We can see that easily. And where if I can use this, where we can use that, means we have used directly suburb filter is there, and we can directly see that no other filter is here. So we can directly also say that it is directly filtered right now. It is directly filtered right now. Each individual has its own context. This sales is corresponding to LG's Bay only. This is corresponding to Ottawa only. This is corresponding to Barrington. This is corresponding to Bayview. Means as we are moving from one row to another row here, we are getting unique suburb or a different suburb rather. Okay, means this is filtering, nothing but this is nothing but a filtering. So direct filtering is happening here. If you want to capture it, if you want to capture it, we can easily capture it by using is filtered or is cross filter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new measure here again, and this time I'm trying to capture filtering on suburb column. Okay, so I'm typing is filt suburb. Okay, I can use any filter to capture the filtering. So for example, I'm using is filtered, and this time I want to check direct filtering on suburb columns. I'm typing suburb, and it is a part of regions table, selecting here. Okay, this measure has been created successfully. Now let me do one thing. Let me drop this measure into this table directly. Okay, as we can see that it is able to capture that my individual element of suburb column are filtered, right? These are filtered. True, 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 true means it is filtered, right? And at the bottom level, when we are seeing this suburb column as a whole, means we are not filtering anything. We are looking at the suburb column as a whole. It is not filtered. That's why it is showing false. And we can take advantage of this. Okay. Suppose I don't want to see this total sales. So how can I do that? Okay. In these rows, my suburb column is filtered. But at the total level, my suburb column is not filtered. I will take advantage of that. So I'm going to write a new measure. And what my objective is, remember, I want to see the total sales where the suburb column is filtered, and I don't want to see the total sales where suburb column is not filtered, right? Simple. I'm again repeating. It is my objective is to see the total sales in the table where my suburb column is filtered, and I don't want to see my total where again or total or sales where suburb column is not filtered. So I'm simply typing sales filtered. Okay, so you can understand that better. Sales filter. Okay, equals to. So as we can say, is filtered is capturing the filter and returning true and false value. So we can use this true and false value inside my where inside my if statement. Inside my if statement. So what I'm going to do inside type is filtered. Okay, pass your column name. My column name is suburb. Okay, perfect. Now put the condition means if it is filtered, I want to see total sales. If it is filtered, I want to see my total sales. Okay, and this is nothing but this measure. You can remove this. In measures, no need to mention your table name. So I'm removing that. And second, if it is not filtered, that it is returning false. I don't want to see anything, so I'm putting a blank. Okay, I did that. Let me execute it. Okay, it has been executed. Now sales fit, and let me drop this inside the sales. Sorry, inside this table. And now we can see that. Okay, we are not getting sales value here. Okay, so we are able to remove this total from here, and we are getting sales where the suburb column is filtered. You might be wondering why I'm not getting values here. My data is such like that we are not having sales for these suburbs like Aramoha. We don't have sales. Keversham, we don't have sales. This is the reason they are not appearing here. Our main objective was to see the sales where it is filtered, and not the sales where it is not filtered. So we can see the total it is not available, right? This is what our requirement was, and here it is available. Hope this video was meaningful for you. Thank you everyone.